to put any money in those buildings to put businesses in there. We in the past have had a revolving program where people could afford to put buildings together use it with help from city money. I'd like to see us go back to that idea. I think Weber County Heritage Foundation, there's a lot of grants and things available through the state and through the federal government which give housing credits, which help build homes and restore homes. And I think we're seeing a real influx of what I'd call 30-somethings or whatever that want to come to Ogden and refurbish these homes and live in them and enjoy their family life here.
And last, Mr. Ogden.
Thank you. Historic preservation. As the president of the Historic 25th Street Association, I did mention that in 2008, I saved historic in the phrase historic 25th Street. I went around and I got 45 petitions from people that own buildings and or businesses in the downtown to protect that designation, which was earned. Historic is something you earn. The buildings in our community are a valuable asset, and many of them are left to neglect. We need to do what we can as a community to protect these assets here in Ogden. We need to do what we can to work with the property owners. However, if the property owners are undercapitalized and don't have a plan to put those buildings back together, we need to do what works and emulate some other cities that have taken those buildings into their control to get the buildings put back together, and then we bill that back to the title of those owners. The reason why is because it is a detriment to have buildings that are open with windows falling out on sidewalks, and our community can't afford.
Thank you. This ends the rapid fire speed dating program that we have tonight. And what we're going to do for the last part of this is have each of these candidates, they get only 1 minute to give what we call the elevator speech. So they have a minute to say at the end here why you should vote for them. Mr. Van Wagner, we're going to start with you.
Well, thank you. As Van Wagner, I'm used to going last, so going first is a treat. Some of the things that I'm focusing on. I've got a platform. It's called Growth, Innovation, and Traditions. Under growth, I'm focusing on business stability. I'm focusing on education, employment, and a comprehensive transportation plan. Under innovation, I've got the Made in Ogden program. Under traditions, we're focusing on families. We're focusing on entrepreneurialism. We're focusing on our history, our arts, and all the things that make Ogden strong. Folks, this is not a time to take a test flight. We need somebody that has experience, that can come in, can hit the ground running day one. We can't afford to lose any of the momentum that we have built over the last 12 years. We need to continue on. We need to build off of our successes. And as your next mayor, I'm going to work for every single one of you. In closing, I brought my business cards. It has my cell phone on it. I want to hear from every one of you. You can call me at any time, ask me questions. I'm here for you. Please vote Van Wagner on September 13th.
In deference to the other end of the alphabet people, Susie, we're going to go backwards this time, down there. So you go next. You go, please.
Okay, thank you. For me, it's an issue of running for mayors to restore public trust in our city government. We need to have an open and responsive government. I want the mayor's office to be open. I want to be sure that if you come in with an issue that you can talk to a city council member, you can talk to the mayor's office, you can talk to someone that's employed in the city and find out what you need to know or listen to what is being said. I think we need to focus our development on all of our community, not just economic development. We have beautiful neighborhoods, we have community plans which we're not looking at, we're not using. These community plans could be implemented where citizens feel comfortable about where they live, even maybe naming our neighborhoods so that we can have areas like Sugar House and whatever. I think we need to work on public-private partnerships. I think the city has spent an awful lot of money of your tax dollars in tax increment that's not bringing anything into the city currently. We can't continue that forever. So we need public-private partnerships where we can work together to get this done. And of course, the other thing is, I don't really need a job. I love the city, and I have a passion and drive and vision to get this done. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Thompson.
Thank you. In the history of governments, 3 words have had the most impact of any others: we the people. They will, more than any 3 other words, continue to have greater impact on how men and women govern themselves. Few words fit the phrase of using the best words in the best places. I won't give you a government lesson. I've had great instructors, teachers, professors, mentors, and role models. Based on my understanding, I will say that I believe we already have and had for over 222 years the best form or structure or system of government to govern ourselves. Our situation recently has been one of process, not goals, visions, mission, or implementation. We have the same goals, I just offer a different approach on how to achieve them. Somebody, the council, should have the lead. Where and in what direction that leads go is determined by the people who are in charge and must stay engaged in the activities of their government at all levels and not just during election years. The mayor works for the council. He's not isolated or insulated from their actions, studies, research, and especially initiative, and he's the action guy that should be implementing those clearly set forth policies that reflect the cultural and other values of the city. The council determines policies, programs, and services. The mayor is responsible to implement those three things for the efficient and proper operation of the city. The city is a corporation with the mayor as CEO, the council is the board directors, and the people as the shareholders. I accept this relationship and believe it to be a superior one that would allow more to get done in the minimum amount of time. I want to be the tugboat.
I'm gonna have to cut you off there. Looks like you have a long speech.
One paragraph.
Mr. Stevenson.
Thank you. I'm qualified. I've been on the council for 7.5 years. I understand how local government works. An MBA from Weber State University, locally educated. I have 25 years in private industry experience. I understand how business works. I think our mayor needs to understand both. Ogden is taking a big step in this election. We're moving forward in a big way, and I think it's really all about bringing jobs to Ogden. And I think that the foundation of my platform really is making sure that we bring jobs, whether it's jobs into BDO, so that we have manufacturing jobs, whether it's jobs in additional retail, whether it's filling empty office space downtown. People who live here need jobs, and that will help us to have more communities where people choose to live, and it will also help us to improve our public safety and other public services. Thank you, and vote for Brandon.
Thank you. Mr. Hanson.
Thank you. Of a lifelong resident of Ogden, I've lived here all my life so far. I have 8 children. My wife, Debbie, is here with us tonight. She works at Weber State University. The things that you'll get with me, if you vote for me for mayor, that you'll come to realize that I hold public trust, number 1, as a priority in that office. Number 2 is, once again, integrity. 3, I will take the responsibilities of that office very seriously and very diligently, and know that I'm going to be accountable to you, the citizens, on what goes on in that office. One of the greatest principles that I can enact in that office are 5 different principles. One is goals, compromise, consensus, trust, and teamwork. Utilizing these principles with the city council would make us one of the greatest cities here in the state of Utah. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Goddard.
Thank you. As a lifetime resident of Ogden and a business owner here in Ogden, it's no need to say I love Ogden. I want to focus on, I'm new to politics. I'm a fresh face to the system. I'm bringing new ideas. I want to work with Weber State University and Ogden Weber Applied Technology in the business community, and maybe we can bring together an advisory board to bring high-paying jobs, better-paying jobs to Ogden. I want to make Ogden more business-friendly for the businesses that we currently have here. As I said before, they are our greatest ambassadors, and I think they would do a great job of bringing more business in if they're happily doing business here. And my third point on my platform is kind of from a business point of view. I'd like to treat Ogden with the respect that the customer comes first, and you, the citizens, are the customer. And as mayor, it's our job to listen to you.
Thank you. Mr. Caldwell.
I believe leadership can be measured directly by results, and it's important that you do that. A couple of themes that I think everybody resonated both through the line of questioning and through the line of answer from the different candidates. new energy in the community, excitement for where we live, and passion for the rebranding and vision that's been set forth, better communication between administration, council, the commission, and Weber State, partnership building, and open space. And I'd encourage you all to look at the leadership that's been provided and the results that have come from those specific areas. I've been the president and CEO of the Convention Visitors Bureau, the Gulf Foundation founder and multiple year president, the ramp program manager, and the director of one of our Olympic facilities here. I've had many unique opportunities to provide results and be directly involved in those key themes that I think everybody were interested in tonight. And I'd encourage you to pick up some of our brochures or ask any questions you've got. Look at the results and what we've done and accomplished, and I think the choice will be clear. Thank you.
And last and certainly not least is someone with a name that starts with a B. So from a W, we like that. Mr. Ballard?
Thanks for coming out tonight. I know you have a lot going on in all of your lives. If you want a canned speech, I don't have one. It's not how I am. It's not who I am. I have found as I'm knocking doors, the message is loud and clear. People want people who can actually bring jobs and fill the empty buildings and improve our downtown. In my past life, I was a recruiter and I put thousands of people to work. I did all the sales and marketing for several locations, and I landed some very, very big accounts here from Pfizer to high technology. And I spent a lot of time on trying to put people to work. And then the owner died of cancer, and so I started up a few companies. And a big part of our business plan was is that I would buy older buildings. I'd find businesses that I wanted in those buildings, and then we'd put them in. Sounds like a pretty good fit Ogden to me. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Let's give the candidates a round of applause. And that concludes our formal part of our program.